And we're live.
Good evening.
This is the Power Hour. That's Batch. That's Han. I'm Asa.
Man, you hate a solo camera shot, don't you? Introductory.
You wouldn't do it if you were sitting.
I do it. I used to do it all the time.
You need the Teddy soliloquy. Come on.
You call me the drama queen?
Huh?
You call me the drama queen?
You are the drama queen.
Rufus shows the opposite.
All right, go ahead.
Where can I find one of your solo intros?
I don't know. They're all over the place.
Oh, they're everywhere?
They're everywhere.
Well, welcome to the Power Hour. It's been about not too long.
No, we did one in January, didn't we?
Yeah, we did a prediction show. Oh, by the way, Batch with the first winner of the year.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Random, weird Serbian
Inside Serbia with that.
trouble.
Yeah.
Nails it. 2 weeks later, the prime minister's stepping down and they're forming a new government.
By the way,
Good job.
to piggyback on that,
Go ahead.
so there's lithium not only in Serbia, but in Bosnia too. So guess whose students are uprising right now?
Do you want to double up? You already get the winner banked in.
I might, yeah. I mean, I could. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know yet.
You get time. You're on the board.
But it's happening. Like the regimes are changing over there, and it's about student uprisings, but it's really not. It's about
air quote student uprising.
student uprising. Yeah. Well, everybody knows that. Like anytime there's a student uprising, it's just students being manipulated for something else.
Yeah.
Well,
who's the
what
money
about-
behind this student uprising?
Huh?
Who's the money behind this student?
Well, we'll get to that. Let's not jump ahead here.
It's the mining companies.
Tiananmen Square was an actual student uprising.
Yeah, that's in a closed society. I'm talking about like.
I'm trying to think of the big ones. Like Iran was all the mullahs.
You're talking about the thing Tim Waltz was at, right?
Tim Waltz?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He is Tank Man.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Did he save the
He
tank
just came
guy?
back from,
Did he like
shopping.
grab the kid in front of the tank and drag him away?
No,
from
that
the
was
tank?
him holding the bags.
Oh, it was him.
He took that tank out with the swing of his grocery bag.
That was really disappointing. I remember thinking like there was going to be a big thing happening in China. Like
It was close. That was their chance.
that was
Not anymore.
man.
That ship has sailed.
That was fascinating.
It wasn't. I was young, but
I was.
I was a news junkie.
What year was
I
that?
didn't fully appreciate it. at the
89.
time. Yeah, this news story is 85, 86. When I was young, I could appreciate that one. I didn't quite get at the moment.
I might have been later than that.
No, 89.
I remember being like, "This is going to be awesome," you know.
800 dead later, just laying there. Like, oh, yeah,
I just thought
this is awesome.
I thought they were going to have a nice little revolution, like a real one, not
Yeah.
like the ones we've had. But
Well, we'll see. Stay tuned.
yeah,
You get the first win of the year. We don't have our first loss of the year, but we're very close.
you were kind of. It was. You were kind of right on some shocking advancements in AI.
Oh no, that's different. This is all sorts of
All right,
stuff.
all right.
Is this your Tulsi conversation?
We're gonna have a conversation. I'm gonna give you the update, the poly market updates.
Poly market.
Yes,
92%. Tulsi makes it.
right now, the big three here, and I believe Tulsi and RFK Jr. get voted on tomorrow. So we're recording this. We don't know the date, right? We've already disclosed.
No, it's the 11th.
Today is the 11th or the 12th. One
Yeah,
of those.
14th is.
Today's the 11th. Tomorrow's
14th.
Wednesday, the 12th.
Okay.
Pretty sure they're voting on both of them tomorrow. So by the time people watch this, it may have already happened.
So I should go get a bottle of champagne and
You should
prepare
stop moving that cup
two
right there.
affirmatives. Let's go. Let's pop the cork.
Current odds going into tomorrow. Cash Patel, chances of getting confirmed, 96%. Looking good.
Cash is in.
RFK Jr., 99%. Now my big
That
prediction.
one surprises me.
My big prediction that one of them would not get in, and that would be Tulsi. Batch, what are her current odds?
I'm gonna go. I really don't. I haven't been paying that much attention. I'm gonna go with like 60% of a yay.
Current odds on Tulsi Gabbard getting in? 100%.
Nice.
She's a lock.
So does that mean
she's
that,
got the votes? It's done.
That guy from Indiana is gonna?
All of them came around. Collins, whatever the guy to be.
What was your prediction?
Tulsi wouldn't get approved.
Yeah.
I just
I
didn't
thought
think,
you'd have the most. I thought you'd have the most.
I thought she wouldn't get out of committee. If she lost just one vote, it's 9-8, and I thought Susan Collins wouldn't vote for her. So
I mean, she's
the new deep state got to her.
pretty qualified. She was
The
pretty
deep
qualified.
state.
Well, hang on. Let's be real here, right?
Well, she's been flip flopping, right?
Like what you were texting. Oh, look at Tulsi. She's caving in. She's pro Patriot Act. Blah blah blah.
She was.
No, she wasn't.
Of course she was.
No. Like,
Did you watch her hearing?
you said she went against Snowden, and
She did.
No, she just said he broke the law, but she would not take that stance that he was.
She was against the Patriot Act. It's her whole thing was she's against it. She filed bills against it. Yeah. She's at the hearing. She's like, oh yeah, I'm totally for the Patriot Act now.
She's got to do what she's got to do to get in.
That's fine. I'm honest. Good. I hope so.
Her and RFK Jr. You think RFK Jr. is pro-COVID shot?
No. I listen. I hope Tulsi does good.
Yeah.
I like America. So.
Oh, listen, I want Tulsi.
I'm not sure she does.
Tulsi and RFK Jr. And,
I'm just joking.
Again, with his pro.
Speaking of America, big news. If someone's the DOGE team, right? They're going from department to department. If someone only is a liberal and watches MSNBC and reads the Boston Globe, right?
Yep.
There's a good chance they don't know anything that's happening. Is that a stretch?
Well, knowing what we know today about...
What we know is coming out of these departments, right? And all the money that's going everywhere. Yeah. The big one...
No, they must be reporting on it.
No. So the big deal is the DOGE team went into USAID. They only picked them because they were the first ones to say, screw you, we're not listening. They said, okay, we'll make an example of you. And they went in there and just went through everything. You want the greatest hits, by the way?
Which was glorious, by
the greatest hits.
For the record, it was glorious.
But that's the reason they went there first, because they were fighting against it. There's another part of this argument we'll get to in a second, which I kind of almost agree with the Democrats on. But let's just get to the greatest hits first here.
I'd love to hear what you agree with them on.
Wait, but when you were saying...
So now the U.S.
Has
AID...
has the Globe not been reporting on this at all?
No. They are reporting that unelected Elon and he's not elected or appointed, and this team are kind of going through the government.
Yeah.
And a judge has come out and said that's
They're
illegal.
reporting on that, not on the findings.
Right.
Okay,
They're not reporting on what's being found there. That's what I'm saying. If you're a Democrat and all you do is you're in a little bubble, you don't know any of the stuff. You want to? There's 1,000 things, but let me give you some of the best ones. All right, Batch?
This sounds like the ticker that's going.
You tell me if you agree with this or not. Let's start with $2 million for Moroccan pottery classes.
But hang on.
That's amazing.
You've seen this list, right?
I've seen some of it.
Well, no, there's too many. You haven't seen the list because it's 1,000 things long.
Okay.
That's a lot of money for...
Wait, does that go to Morocco?
Yeah.
Okay.
Send to Morocco and they teach pottery.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Part 2 in Morocco. What do you think of that?
Oh, that's a great idea.
What U.S. bureaucrat is selling clay to the Moroccans for $1.9 million?
Hunter Clay. He's got some Moroccan for sure. All right. How about $2 million promoting tourism to Lebanon?
Oh, come on.
Yes.
You know, they do say
come to Beirut.
Beirut is the Paris of the Middle East. Right?
It used to be. Beirut was beautiful.
Before Trump rebuilds Gaza, of course. Yeah, but that'll be the Paris.
We'll get to that moronic idea.
I don't know. From what I've seen, Paris is getting closer to Lebanon.
Yeah, Beirut's looking better and better. Who wants to go to Paris when you can go to Beirut?
They're the same people now.
But think about American.
Beirut and Gaza are way better choices.
You always have to do it like just the regular blue-collar American working, paying taxes. $2 million for tourism to Lebanon.
Yeah.
Who's that actually go to? It must go to the Christians fighting Hezbollah, right? Let's play this game. Where's it? I'll name where it's going, and we say where it's really going. All right?
So, the Moroccan one, right?
The Moroccan one.
There's definitely. I'm blanking, but there is a insurgency in North Africa that the U.S.
All of Africa has an insurgency.
No, I know.
Literally every single.
There's one. I'm like, all right, I don't know where that one's going. The Lebanon one, yeah, that's going to the, opposition.
We're going to we'll go with the northern Christians. Lebanon is Beirut, south is Hezbollah, north is Christian or what? Ooh, this is a big one. $20 million for a Sesame Street show in Iraq.
Come on.
This is real. Yeah. $20 million. I'd like to watch that. $1.5 million for DEI in Serbia. We know where that money went. Here we go.
That can give us the insides on this one.
Bang.
Oh my God, DEI in Serbia.
That DEI in Serbia just got us a new prime minister.
Oh man.
One thing,
money well spent. That's good value, right?
Serbians definitely have a hankering for more DEI.
Yeah, they definitely. When I see their cage fighters, I think yes. All right, $70,000 for DEI musical in Ireland.
Yeah. I actually saw part of that musical. Did you see that? They were showing a little clip of it. On...
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was so bad.
47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia.
Jesus.
All right. 32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru.
Yeah.
That's low money though. I can live with that.
That one's called the purple potato.
That has a hunter feel to it, like a little makeup from his 6 months in Peru. 2 million for sex changes in Guatemala.
Oh.
Okay, that's 2 million we could save. Thank you, Doge.
6 million for tourism in Egypt.
Okay.
Well, let's talk to.
Yeah, I was like spawned.
You slept through a trip. You slept in a cab during a trip to the Great Pyramids.
No, I guess I went in.
You went in.
Yeah.
So the story has changed.
No. We went in, came out, then he left me, and he went back in, and left me in the cab.
Well, yeah, you were probably.
That's the first memory I have of life.
You were dragging ass.
The money.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Money is suitcases to deliver.
Don't go to Egypt in the summer and sit in the back.
How
of
do you
the
go to
cab
the
alone.
Queen's chamber when you're dragging a little kid behind?
I got ditched. I asked him. I said, "Why did you leave me in a cab alone in Egypt?"
By the way,
But I'm not joking. Right outside, like the pyramids were right there.
Oh, I remember.
I said, "Why?" He goes, "I just had a feeling I had to go back in."
didn't we actually?
Yeah.
I
God
feel like
sent me.
What about me? I'm 4.
I feel like we asked your dad about that.
We did. No, that was the
he
exact
was-
answer.
yeah.
It was something was just calling me to go back in. There.
was the
Then he went
energy.
back in, and they have like lights, like Christmas. I don't know what you'd call them. It's like Christmas lights. The only way they could see in there.
Oh,
He said
yeah.
all the electricity went out, so he was stuck in the middle of the pyramids. He said, "You've never seen pure darkness like this. It was beautiful." That's why I was sitting in the car for like 2 hours.
The Egyptian cabbie is like, I get a golden opportunity to kidnap a white kid and
Oh my God!
sell him for a monster ransom, right?
God, yeah.
But his father's this hippie's got $7 in his pocket. There's nothing for me to get out of it.
That cabbie was nowhere to be found. Like there was no one around. It was just me. Just camels walking by. I was like, what's going on here? Welcome to life.
By the way, I listened to Graham Hancock talking about the pyramids today, which was interesting.
Oh yeah.
They found a bunch of new chambers that
I
they
love
have
it.
yet to get to.
I love it.
Wait, is that British
Yes.
quack?
Not a quack.
I don't know. Some of that stuff.
Quackish.
What are we calling him? An archaeologist?
He's not an archaeologist.
He's a scientist of sorts.
no,
You
he's
can put-
not. He's a journalist.
No, you can take like 4 different things and just put ish, and then you're he's archaeologist.
Who's that guy?
Journalist-ish.
He's very easy to.
Entertainish.
Remember that? What was the guy?
Authorish.
The liar guy in Congress. Jewish.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
Why can't I
Oh,
think of his
God,
name?
what's his name?
George.
Yeah, they made him
From New
step
York,
down,
right?
Yeah.
He was awesome.
Oh, I can picture
Kind
him
of like a
too.
Portuguese name, or
I will say your man Graham though is pretty entertaining.
yeah.
Oh no, great.
I was interested to see these new chambers.
No, there's, 'cause some of the stuff he comes up with is
Yeah.
legit. It's been proven, and then other stuff, it's like
It's a lot of
He's like,
stuff.
aliens built that. I'm like, oh, damn it.
Could you find the greatest treasure ever in there?
What's that guy's name? Oh, he was my
I
favorite.
know.
All right, by the end of the show, we'll have his name.
When you stop thinking about it, it'll come right to you.
By the way, please like the show.
Share and like the show.
Just like it.
By the way,
Once
which
again, he doesn't want you to share the show. There's a lot of people that want to like the show if you share it.
Hold on, what?
Yes, you need to share the show. What's wrong
Who are
with
they going to share it with?
you just share it.
you? Share it. You hit a share button. Batch knows 1,000 people. He said.
Sharing is.
Don't push your luck, people. Just if you could hit like.
I forgot to share the last one.
Batch is the unofficial king of.
He doesn't even like the show.
No, I share it. I forgot to share the one we did Friday though with Teddy. I forgot to share.
15 million for contraception and condoms in Taliban-controlled Afghanistan. I like that they clarified that. We're not talking about the Panjshir Valley here. We're talking about Taliban-controlled Afghanistan, which is the rest of the country.
Well, contraception is always a good idea, no matter what part of the world you are. But I don't think they're going to use it.
All right, ready? Last one. There's a million. Let me give you one more. The greatest use of taxpayer money. $1 million to help disabled people in Tajikistan become climate leaders.
What?
Oh, God.
Don't you think they could maybe help them by building ramps first?
Well,
I feel like that's not an ADA. Well, they don't have the ADA, but maybe they should.
Tajiki.
Yeah, the Tajiki.
That's just whoever made that, whoever thought of that should be just fired instantly.
But I mean, you gotta wonder too, like, why are we spending $6 million if we're really spending it on this? $6 million in Egypt on tourism.
Right. It's like the pyramids sell themselves. That'd be like us giving $6 million to Paris.
You're gonna
It's already the #1 tourist
the
destination.
Egyptian tourism industry isn't capable of buying.
It's nuts. Again, that probably goes right to General Sisi. Straight to it.
Or it goes to an American ad company.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's
Probably
all,
the Chamber of Commerce right here in Lowell.
Yeah.
Lowell Chamber of Commerce.
That's right. They're
Total money laundering operation.
Danielle McFadden's
That's not
trip
me. That's,
to Egypt.
That's what people are saying. All right, so there's that. You're okay.
It sounds like Monterey Healy's budget in a lot of ways.
So again,
Yeah.
it's all about your circle. It's not about you buy the paper and watch the news at 6:30 anymore. It's all social media. If you're in your bubble, you're missing out on this times 100, right? It just never ends.
Yeah.
The $250 million road that no one uses in Afghanistan is tough.
It's what it never ends. I think they're up over 80 billion they found already in waste
Yeah.
in the first week. There's a counter. You know, there's the national debt counter clock. You ever see it?
Yeah.
It's starting to slow down.
No, actually, no.
I think
This is because that money's already paid for. This is the DOGE counter, so it's kind of going the opposite.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
But it was at 79 billion yesterday. So
But you can see how graft works or government works, where it's a lot of this is favors.
right, and
Or
again,
it's blatant. Some of the I don't doubt.
there is legit stuff in there for
No,
sure.
I don't doubt they spent half of that. I bet is they actually spent it on what they said they were going to spend it on. But that's
Half's a bit high, but
somebody's benefiting from it, right? It's not.
The
for sure.
administration of whoever's getting that money.
Yeah, it's like somebody they know or whatever. They've been told to do this or that. It's like the well, I shouldn't say that, but like it's like CDBG money in the city. You know, I just remember I was on now this I have no idea what happens now, but I remember years and years and years ago, I was on the committee. We'd come up with a list of what we wanted to spend the CDBG money on, and then you'd pass it along to the city, and then the list would come out, and none of it was what we recommended. It was just the
Oh,
city
really?
manager. Yeah, this is like 20 years ago or whatever, but they just spend it on whatever they want to spend it on. Just like when I used to
you do it every year. Like you're forced to do it every year.
Well, no, like I volunteered for a couple of years because we were getting that money, so we.
Did you ever get one? Were you like
I
over
used
30?
to get it 3-4. I got it 3-4 years in a row, but once we.
No, I see you get the money, but your actual like, hey, you said you gave a list of detailed things, and it's never for that.
No.
Have you ever gotten one? Right.
Every now and then, a couple things on that list will get funded, but for the most part, it was a waste of time. It's the same. It's the same thing.
All right. So again, if you're in the bubble, if you're in the Republican bubble,
There's
if
a
you're in the
Patriots
Democratic bubble, your news right now, this is the biggest story I've seen with such a clear divide. It is all the good stuff that this department does, which there is some. Kids with AIDS in Africa and food programs, and there are genuine, real charitable causes that are now cut off because this department is frozen. If you're a Democrat, you're just freaking out because Trump's a monster and Elon for doing that. So it's a strange time where we're just in two different worlds.
Well, I will say though, Elon Musk is a crazy motherfucker. Like when you read, like
he needs to calm down.
with the his ketamine and his all his other he's just kind of a weirdo, right?
Oh yeah, very successful weirdo.
Yeah.
The most successful.
And there's definitely waste, and this is definitely some of this is CIA, some of this is clearly we know what
There's
this
a
is.
lot of CIA.
So on the one hand, I could say some of this, it does some good. I think one of the worst things we do as a country is, we interfere for our own benefit. But at the same time, it's the world. It's the way the world works. You have to project, soft power, right? And this is the way
This
to
is
do it.
the soft power department.
It's just it kind of sucks that we don't do it for anything particularly good except for advancing our own.
Well, say, what if you did that and
It's not even national
what
security.
if you just did that and cut it in half and got rid of the opera in Colombia?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's
Well, like we go over what you just mentioned, right?
Yep.
What of those programs should we keep?
None.
None. They
But
should
again,
all
this
go,
is all coming from
right.
Republicans.
And then the pause,
Which is fine. I mean, it's good. I like
and,
this.
And you're talking about the good programs that ought to stay.
Yeah.
Don't you just think that they're going to pause temporarily? Those programs will continue.
I think so, yes. But they haven't.
However, which way they package those programs, whether it's through USAID or some other program,
Yep.
I mean, they'll continue to do
No,
that. So you still have the
If you gave me
lever of your soft power.
If you gave me the choice of all or nothing,
You're just going to reprioritize what you're spending.
I just
I think get rid of everything. If I
there
had
was
to
a
choose.
clear agenda on the whole transgender.
Oh, my God.
They wanted to flood the world with
Wild.
Yeah, but it could have been this some guy that you need, like, hey, he's this drug what do you call it? Not introduction guy or whatever.
Venus?
He's writing this thing and he wants money for it. He's not going to, like, this is all deals. This is all just deals for stuff.
Oh yeah, it happened. I mean,
And-
there's a
and
lot of
pushing an
there's so
agenda.
much just blatant corruption.
Hey, this congressman will vote this way if you do this thing. Like, that's all it is.
It's gross.
It is gross.
Are you okay with the way this is going down, Elon and his team?
So far, so good. Yeah. I just think the overall body of good so far outweighs.
He needs to calm down. They need to have a better system in place.
So what do you need him to calm down?
It is pretty
about?
transparent, though. I like that.
It's very
I
transparent.
love it. They're just tearing through the books,
Okay.
tearing through the data.
None of them are elected
gives
or
a shit?
appointed
So what?
or work for the government.
So what? When did that become a problem?
What do you mean? When did that become a problem? They're going through the entire U.S. government line by line. They don't have anything to do with the government. They have no accountability.
You left the Soros money out of there. How much did Soros get from USAID?
I didn't leave anything out of there. I just had a
okay.
small list. I told you there's 1,000
Well,
things.
let's just look at that, right? 260 mil.
Okay.
to George Soros. He spent that money destroying our system, right?
Okay. So you're okay with this? Elon,
Yeah, I'm okay with
unelected
that.
person,
Yeah.
going in. He's got no authority to do anything.
Well, hang on a minute.
According to our government constitution.
NSA uses subcontractors.
Yeah, Trump's cabinet is like you have your
And
cabinet.
5 20-year-olds, and that's his team, and you're fine with that.
Hang on. The people who get hired by the executive branch, how many are either elected or have to pass through a senatorial process? Not many.
This is different. You know this is different.
Well, he's just has a more important role. It's just different. Yeah, it's very different. You're right.
Okay. So,
Hang on a minute. Why? See, I don't know. This is what I don't understand. Why do people have a problem with someone who's willing to take their time and resources and fix something we've all known as a giant problem for
why
our
can't
whole
you
lives?
do it the right way? We have a government.
right
You can't
way?
just have a private citizen
what's
going
the
and
right
do
way?
it.
Oh, you're gonna wait and have them elected? Is that what your plan is?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like a fucking horrible idea.
Okay. Speaking of fucking horrible ideas,
Go ahead.
in 4 years, Gavin Newsom wins. And he wins. Don't say no. This isn't a debate. I'm having a. Gavin Newsom wins
Okay.
with the help of a billionaire, Alex Soros. George will be dead by then. Alex Soros, who is Han probably hates more than anybody on earth, right?
No, I hate the father the most.
I hate the son too, but
Yeah, I hate the son too. But
Gavin Newsom wins the election. Alex Soros donates $500 million and helps swing the election. Gavin Newsom's the president. Alex Soros and 5 blue-haired, non-binary 20-year-olds are allowed to go through the entire U.S. government. You're okay with that? No, you're not.
No,
Don't lie.
Hang on a minute.
Well, what's there?
No, I wouldn't like that. But if
No,
that,
you would.
let me
You would
finish.
riot in the street.
You asked me a question, right?
Yep.
So yeah, I would hate that. But if they have the power to do it, then what's the problem?
Well, what do they?
They don't. That would be your argument. They don't have any power or authority to do this. So all I'm saying is do it. I agree with everything. Get rid of all of it. Just do it the right way.
So,
Is that too much to ask?
So
But
what's your right way? What's your right way?
Hire them, appoint them, elect them. That's how our government works.
Well, hang on.
This is bizarre.
They are
You're
kinda-
opening the door. The country and the system and our government is more important than any individual
so they need a paycheck.
or any emotional moment in time. Get the system right.
He is appointed, sort of. He's been directed to do this.
No, you're either appointed or you're not appointed. There's no sort of.
What do you
Who
mean?
are the 20-year-olds?
Appointed by who, though? Like,
Well,
Trump can just-
Trump gave him the game.
If they're part of the government and it's fine. Right now, it just appears to be just random crew of people just allowed to do whatever they want. What they're doing is amazing. I support
They've been-
that 100%.
they've been
Just
authorized
get it
by-
right. Otherwise, it's going to
Okay,
come
okay,
back on
hang
you.
on a minute.
It's the way it always works in life.
So if we take your Soros example, right?
Yes.
This becomes a problem if they start shifting the money into their own personal interests, right? That's when this becomes an issue. Right now, what Musk is doing is chopping idiotic spending.
But
That's
no.
making us all go broke.
No. Because now it's a debate. What if they're personal instead of kicking money, killing money because they don't like it? That's not how the government works. Some 20-year-old kid doesn't like this program and you just cut it? It's the same thing as giving money.
How much of this spending got voted on? Remind me. Like
It's been
none of
approved
it?
by Congress. That's how our government works. I know it sucks. I know this is
they're
all
freezing it.
nonsense.
It's not-
All. I support them. I want them to do good. I'm just saying, do it the right way. That's not a crazy request. It covers you for Alex Soros.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Well,
You look at your watch, you got somewhere to go.
you can't have this. You can't have a group like that approved by Congress, though.
Why not? Oh, that's fine. I mean,
They'll pull a Diana. They'll pull a DeZoglio
Yes.
on you. They'll just.
Yeah.
If you don't-
They're the ones who are suffering.
it's a bizarre.
Their dark money is
Are
getting
you
dried up.
admit this is a it's great what's happening, but it's kind of weird, and we should tighten this up because the Constitution and the government is more important than this moment in time.
Okay, to this end, if they start to use this mechanism for personal gain, then I absolutely would agree there needs to be some form of restraint. But what are you saying? Like, so you're saying that Congress needs to approve the appointment of Elon Musk to just simply audit departments?
No.
Or can Trump just hire
him?
Let me finish. Trump can just hire someone and then they can work for free.
Yeah,
And here you are. I want you to just audit.
sure,
Okay.
that's fine.
And is that not what's
That's how
happening?
government employees.
Is that not what's happening?
No, Elon does not work for the government. He's not an employee. He's not anything. He's a private citizen.
So that's your problem.
yes,
Okay.
Yeah, but he was given access
right.
by. Who gave him the access?
I'm just telling you.
Listen, 1 week into the
This is
job,
like-
he's like the greatest auditor of all time.
Great. It's amazing.
And he's working for you for free.
You have to look at the big picture.
I am.
Saying we kind of saw this.
What
bad
results
example,
could be
but
possibly better?
when the Corey Robinson arrest happened in Lowell, there was people making emotional decisions, but no one was looking at the big picture. What happens? What's constitutional? What happens for the future? That's probably a horrible example, but it was kind of an emotional decision. It's like, no, just get an actual system in place. That's the way the government works. You hire somebody, Elon, pay him $1 a year, whatever. That's fine. Just to have a free-for-all like this, letting anybody just go in, it's dangerous in the long run.
I don't know about that. I think that our government was so corrupt and so disgusting that I actually welcome the outside audit.
Oh yeah, no, I do too.
To that end,
We're not arguing.
disagree.
The results are amazing. And
I can
it's gonna
I
keep
can see
going.
your point.
Thank you. 100 million of that
I just can't wait till they stop it.
funding our Kenyans in Haiti. It all comes back to barbecue at all times.
Yes.
I thought they were.
Barbecue.
See, I thought they were UN though.
Who?
The Kenyan.
No, we talked about this before it even happened. Remember, we're like, who's going to go in there? The
No,
US.
but I thought the
And it
UN
was-
sent them over.
No, we said the U.S. will never send troops, but they will send money. That was your prediction from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Was the U.S. would send troops, but we said no, they will send the money. That's exactly where the money came
So they
from.
sent the money to the UN, and then the UN gave it to the.
Sure. So it's 100 million. When that money's gone, the Kenyans aren't staying, and the El Salvador and some of the other South Americans. So
You know,
your boy Barbecue is about to have the whole thing,
so
full feast.
I didn't realize
I was
that
looking for a better joke.
Yeah.
there was like 90.
Feel free to fucking chime in and help a little bit.
There's like 90 different gangs in like that urban area.
Right, but he's got.
No, I know, but I'm saying like
He's
what?
got. I think it's called the G12. Like there's like 12 big
Yeah, yeah.
ones.
But I didn't realize that
But
his,
G9, it's a good name.
well, he was pulling all those massacres and stuff. He was still in the police force, in the National Police Force.
Yeah.
They didn't fire him until 2018.
Yeah, no, it's
This is why.
how's this? You're Barbecue's lieutenant. You gonna go fire him?
Huh?
You're his boss. You gonna fire him?
Well, no, but I mean,
No.
it just shows you like the level of corruption over
He's
there.
going to have to catch one to the back of the head.
Yeah, right. You know, if you fire him, you're dead.
I would tripped and fell on my
He was
revolver.
literally a hardcore gang leader, like you said, as a cop. And it's like, how do you stop that?
But
Only the army, essentially. Our army doesn't exist.
I have questions. My questions are: a Haitian gang, like what are they actually doing? Like, what are they fighting over? Because I don't feel like they're a big exporter of drugs.
No, it's just power in the country. I mean, whatever is there is what you're going to take.
Whatever aid money, similar to
Yeah, I
Hamas,
mean,
perhaps.
Fighting over all
There's
those.
nothing. There's not even. They've
Humanitarian
destroyed
aid.
all. They've destroyed all. There's no more humanitarian aid.
I'm just no.
I'm saying, yeah,
What
it's
could,
that
what
bad.
could
that-
possibly be
that
in line?
all that was left was the humanitarian aid and medicine. Like they've looted all of it. There's nothing left.
Like I just picture them fighting over like a brick that isn't broken. Like what else is there? What are they fighting over there?
But again, if you're there, that's it. You want that brick?
That's the thing. Like I don't know. Like I don't see any reporting on anything but like.
I know. There's no like drug connection.
Or
There's
like,
no
what do the people think? What are the, because like I remember.
go down the street to the hotel and ask.
Well, seriously, I mean,
I am curious to know.
yeah,
Like,
there's
what's their
nobody.
perspective? Do they want to have a formal government? Do they want to have a stable?
Anything is better than just straight
Yeah.
murders. You're getting now. We've talked. There's been 2 other massacres since we did our last show. Like they'll just go into a town. You ever see what the cartel does? They'll just wipe out a village.
Yeah.
No questions asked. They're doing that in Haiti now, and I mean it's been happening a lot.
It's sad too. Like that country's never really. They were the first country to be like have a slave up rope. They've been freer longer than any other, country south of
If that's
the
the
US.
founding of Haiti is when the slave revolt happened, it's like you have a great foundation starting point. It's horrible with the slavery, but when you overthrow the French or whoever it was, and now you take charge, it's great. And it's like, yeah.
Nothing's
End the
happened.
movie right there.
Yeah, it was like that was it. Like the prologue sucks, man.
Yeah.
It was a great movie, but the prologue sucks. But like nobody talks about it. Like you don't know. It's kind of like in Lawrence, right? We think of like Sweet Willie Lantigua was kind of being a like this corrupt guy or whatever, and then the guy that came in after him, I forget his name. I forget where. Oh God. I can't
Oh, the
think.
bald guy,
Yeah.
Dan.
I forget what kind of trouble he got into, but like
No. He was the one that was Charlie Baker's boy, right? Dan Rivera.
Dan Rivera. So the people,
Good pull by me.
it was a good pull. A lot of the people up there liked Willie. And they said they liked him because they knew he.
Yeah,
They knew he was a cheat.
that's that Chicago feel. It's like,
He was their Joe Tully.
He's our cheat.
So let me give you one more.
Well, so my point is just we don't really know what's going on. Like,
No.
That's why I still reserve the right.
He is holding out hope that Barbecue's a good guy.
Well, he could be of all the murderous scumbags, he could be the best one.
At murdering and being a scumbag?
No, like
or
the least.
okay,
You
it's not impossible.
the least terrible.
We know there's one really bad one out there. Well, I'm gonna find out more about him.
Yeah, we gotta get his name. I
The
forget.
voodoo guy?
Just
Should we just call him Voodoo?
Voodoo John. I don't know.
Voodoo McGee. No,
Gene?
Gene. Yeah, Gene. There it is. Voodoo Gene.
Voodoo Gene.
All right, one more USAID, which will transition us to the next story.
Okay.
Yes.
$310 million to build a concrete plant in
Oh, I heard this one.
Oh, that could have been everywhere. Gaza.
bang, nice call. Which they took our $310 million and built tunnels.
Yeah.
That's it. They took our money
but
and made tunnels so
their-
they can kill Israelis.
No, but to their defense, those tunnels were lined with concrete.
Which brings us to Gaza. Come on, defend your guy.
I'm not defending.
Trump saying he wants the United States to take over Gaza is the single dumbest idea I've ever heard
So
a politician say. And
Trump-
there's some good ones.
do we not?
And I like Trump.
Okay, hang on. Do we not see a history of Trump just being hyperbolic?
Yes.
Okay, we see this, right?
This is like hyper.
I mean, he already walked it back.
right.
No, he did not. He doubled down. He tripled down today, a couple hours ago.
Oh, he did?
Oh, yeah.
So he goes big time hyperbolic, and then somehow this is some sort of negotiation ploy or some way to chisel something he wants out of one or two groups in this case, right? So
An entire region.
So the whole U.S. just taking over this chunk of land thought process, right? You're throwing Hamas hey, send home all the hostages, no more messing around, and then it sends Israel a message saying, all right, let's pump the brakes. Maybe we find a
Here's the
happy
thing.
ending, right?
That's two separate things.
And again, that's
It's not.
speculation.
It has nothing to do with Hamas and the terror and the hostages. Those are separate. If Hamas releases all the hostages right now, the Gaza plan is completely separate. It's not a
All
part of that deal.
all I'm saying is, are
His
you
deal-
saying something hyperbolic to get both sides to
That's his
hash
only
out
out.
a deal?
It's his only out. If he is,
What about that? You don't think there's a good possibility of the Gaza Trump Plaza?
whoa, good name. How have I not heard that? That's a great name. When he first said it, did he really just say that?
No.
The next day, some of his people were walking it back a little. I said,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Today, he has the King of Jordan, King Abdullah, is there at the White House today. They did a joint press conference, essentially. And he said, oh, no, it's going to be ours. They're like, how are you going to buy it? He goes, I'm not going to buy it. It's ours. Like, what? Like, yeah. He goes, it's all destroyed. It's ruined. The people can't live there. It's not safe. We're going to set them up in these beautiful areas of Egypt and Jordan. And it's like, he's dead serious.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Well,
His only hope is what you said, is that it's part of a negotiation. There's a part of me that thinks it is because someone has to take over Gaza after, right?
it wouldn't be bad if they split it between Jordan and Egypt.
But they're not gonna. Jordan will take 0, right?
They've already done this.
Have you seen the
in the
Egypt border?
60s or 70s? All the Palestinians went to Egypt and Jordan.
And they
in
all said,
Egypt,
go back.
They tried to overthrow the government.
I know.
And in Jordan, they tried to assassinate Abdullah's dad. And tried to overthrow that government. And they said, thanks for coming. Get the fuck out.
They don't have a great
They're going to take back 400,000.
I also think Denmark took a big chunk of Palestinians at one point, too. And
how'd that work out?
it worked out horribly for Denmark.
Here's where it's tricky, though, for Jordan. Jordan, I think 40% of their economy is from the United States, and most of that is direct aid, just to be a nice, stable country in the Middle East. They have a massive refugee camp that was full of Syrians, 400,000, that are all going home. So they have the capability,
so they have
but they're like, damn it, the timing of this, because they have done this.
Well, that's what I
before.
think Trump actually wants. He wants Egypt to just kind of sacrifice a sliver of land, and then have Jordan sacrifice a sliver of land, and then just relocate the Palestinians.
Again,
and then I don't know, rebuild it for what, to give it back? I don't really know what they're thinking.
No, he's saying like he's literally.
I mean, to permanently
These people are
displace
fighting
a couple
over
million people is
This
kind
has
of
been
rough.
thousands of years of
I know.
Muslims and Jews fighting over like streets, essentially. You know, the Holy Land, Jerusalem, East Jerusalem, blocks. 100-year war over a block. I was like, we're just gonna kick them all out and build golf courses there. It's insane. If it's part of it, I think the only negotiation it could be is that he wants the Gulf states to help rebuild it and control it, which is gonna have to happen. If they go through with this, every single one of those countries, they get overthrown. Jordan, Egypt, Saudi
taking
Arabia.
that many Palestinians?
Their people will just revolt. Like the Arab street is a real thing. They really support the Palestinians.
Well, if anybody could do it, the U.S. can. We've done it before.
It's just any of them that go along with this plan, all they care about is staying in power. If you're the Saudis, you don't care about your people. You care about power and your family. The only risk to it right now is supporting this plan. So Trump is in a weird spot.
What about
he needs to back up off that? Today he doubled down.
What about can we encourage the Scandinavians to go back to being Vikings and just come in and resettle?
Can they get warmed up in France again, out in Normandy?
Get some longboats and come down and land in Gaza and just take it over?
England's like, no. Bad idea, Batch. Bad idea.
So it's if he's sincere and this isn't a negotiation, it really is the worst idea ever. You know, you ever seen Black Sheep, Tommy Boy movie?
Yeah.
Not well, technically,
I know what you meant. Yeah.
So everybody's giving that speech. It's like for the people, we'll do this. Yeah. He's like, kill Whitey. That's Trump he's doing all this good stuff, and then we're gonna take Gaza. What?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Oh, Gaza's definitely the third rail. Like, why even get into it?
I mean,
I wouldn't mind playing some golf with a suicide bomber around the corner. That makes for an exciting round.
And then Netanyahu's like, what?
It's like playing golf in Minneapolis.
If you want to know the truth, they're going to get a little dark here. He's saying that. And what he said about the hostages is if you don't give them by Saturday at noon, all hell's going to break loose. Have you heard Trump say that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
They're not going to release the hostages by noon. There's been this lull in the action, this peace treaty for whatever it was, right?
A little while.
Ceasefire for about, let's say it was a month. Israel was getting low on bombs and munitions. They're restocked. Trump's big plan is to keep saying that in Gaza, the place is destroyed, you can't live there. It's destroyed, you can't live there. Personally, I'm like, this could get bad where they just don't release the hostages, and it helps Trump's weird, horrible idea if the place is more destroyed. It could get it's already really violent there. It could get extra violent. And if that's part of a bigger plan, it's an awful idea. So hopefully that is not the plan. But more destruction of Gaza helps Trump's plan in his mind, which is a horrible, horrible plan. Hopefully it's a negotiation.
We're coming up on a year now, right? It was March. Was it March?
October 7th was the attack of.
No, was it?
Yeah, it's like their 9/11. It's October 7th. It's very.
It's
famous.
been over a year then.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Why did I think it was in March? Well, I wonder if anyone were like, "Hey, that was a bad idea." Huh?
Right.
Wish we had that one back.
mean, isn't
How
God
about Hezbollah? Hezbollah kind of wasn't involved in that, and they all got blown apart.
dangerous?
Yeah, their leadership's dead.
did
all
you
their
see,
guys got bomb blown up.
Don't mess. Don't
Hang on,
mess
did you hear
with
Netanyahu say that to Trump?
What do you say?
I was going to get you
Oh, yeah,
a golden page.
He did. No, he got him on. You didn't see
Oh,
it?
did he?
Yeah. There was like a plaque with a
That's,
one.
that's
Nobody's been more like.
By the way, that's a flex, by the way.
That is, again, I'm not, yeah.
A golden pager.
It's fantastic.
Do you remember that interview on CNN? Where
Wait,
they had the
whoa!
guy-
I just missed that. What did he say? A golden pager?
Yeah.
Did you catch that interview? It was probably a couple months back, but right after the pager thing, where I think they had Mehdi Hassan on, and this conservative guy, and the conservative guy like, "Hey, relax, Mehdi. Maybe your page is going on."
Oh, yeah. CNN, right?
And
Yes.
they threw the guy off. They went,
very good.
They went to commercial and threw him out.
Wow. Hey, you know what though?
It was a pretty good line, actually.
Great line.
Jews have been persecuted for 2,000 years, even before the invention of Islam. I don't blame them for being like,
No.
No.
And especially after October 7th, like you have to respond, right?
Yeah.
But then you get to this proportional response line. If you're blowing up all the Hezbollah actual fighters, great, love it. Honestly, it's the most impressive thing I've ever seen in my life. It's unbelievable.
It was incredibly well done.
If you're bombing a neighborhood to kill a mid-level Hamas one guy and killing 40 people, it's like that's a disproportionate response. That's my fear for this weekend, is that this deadline comes, Trump wants the place destroyed, and then the whole world turns on you.
pretty
And
sure after
it's just-
October 12th.
and you're going to lose the Saudis, the Egyptians, the Jordanians, like you're going to lose everybody.
Now you
So
said
just please be part of some crazy Trump thing. I'm okay with that. Let the Gulf take over and rule it. We already know who's going to be in charge. Mohammed Dahlan. I gave you the name before the war even started. Sticking with that one. But please let that be the plan. And
Maybe don't
Trump Plaza. What is it in Gaza?
the Gaza Trump Plaza.
Oh, Lord.
I like that bad.
Yeah.
It's got a good ring
It's an
to it.
amazing name.
But you started this conversation by saying Hamas will not give them the hostages. What if Hamas does turn over every hostage by noon?
That would be great.
And then what?
Oh, Gaza's still destroyed.
Well, I know, but where do we go from there?
I don't know. I don't know where any of this goes. Like nobody does. They're lying.
Oh.
Like I don't think anyone sees the real scary, violent aspect of
Yeah,
Israel is restocked.
yeah.
And Trump's saying we're going to unleash hell. He's going to let them unleash hell. And now the place is really destroyed. And Trump's like, yeah, no one can live here. I hope that doesn't happen. We'll see. I got two headlines for you.
All right.
One for you and one for you. Let me give Han his first. High school teacher reportedly identifies as a cat, licks hands, and hisses at students.
Licks,
Come on.
licks hands and hisses.
That's a real teacher.
You should be fired.
Should be
fired immediately.
fired. Put away.
Hold on. For the licking the hands, right? Hissing is fine.
No.
No,
on.
hissing is.
All of the above.
No, licking a hand is
If you want to identify as
Does this cat wear a mask?
I'm sure this cat does in the car for
I'm
sure.
sorry, but you are not a cat. You cannot identify. That's just.
Do we have to know? Does this person require a kitty litter box in the restroom, in the staff restroom?
It's an urban legend.
Urban legend.
You want your story? Again, we just see we just see the headlines. We don't know what the
I think
actual
that teacher needs to be euthanized,
Oh, there you
or at
go.
least neutered or spayed.
Yeah. All
Imagine like you're doing your homework and just like the tight.
You're like, get out of here.
That's not bad.
thing.
That is just. You cannot identify as a non-human,
But you can't purr. You can't purr near a student. That would be totally.
and you can't do that thing the cats do with their hands.
Imagine your teachers hissing at you. Like that's a real story. There's teachers hissing at kids.
You think it's an art teacher though?
Then it's allowed. Like honestly, there's different
I
rules.
mean, that's good. There's no way that's like algebra.
No, it's definitely
Yeah,
not
Definitely not a science teacher.
AP geometry.
Shit, I hope it's not sex ed.
Hope it is.
Do you know that
kink.
a female cat, can be impregnated by multiple men at the same time? So when they give a
I'm
little,
sorry, when you say men,
Men.
or
Define
male
men.
cats,
okay.
well, or male cats are art teachers. I don't know.
Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
But yeah, so like when a cat has a litter, it could be like three different
Oh yeah.
cat dudes in there.
I did not know that.
I didn't either. That's
New
kinda
segment,
crazy.
Batch's fun facts.
Yeah.
So it's not like a battle of the sperm as it would be in a.
No, it's just like, come on in. Yeah, let's go. It's like you might have six,
Appleton Street battle.
six cats, three different fathers. It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, here's your story.
All right.
25-year-old woman faces possible jail time after pleading guilty in the UK's first ever cyber farting case, accused of sending numerous videos of herself farting to her boyfriend's ex, causing distress. She has her
Well, it's not.
ex-boyfriend's new girl.
It's not smell-o-vision.
Hey,
Hey, they put her in jail? Is that what you're saying?
she faces jail time. That's a real.
Well, this is the UK, so they would just.
Every day she just rips farts and sends it to the girl.
See, that shouldn't be a crime.
No, how do you even report that?
It's a
I
little.
would look forward to it.
It's a little.
UK.
It's a
They
little.
report everything over in the UK.
That's kind of funny.
That's great.
Good for her.
A good fart is oddly satisfying.
So oh, there you go. See, I don't know what. Yeah, but
What a transition.
what's the backstory on that though? That's where
That's the problem. That's the rules of headlines.
Yeah, what's the backstory? Maybe she's justified.
You want a full report on that one?
I might, yeah.
Next show?
All right, yeah, next show.
What's something you find oddly satisfying? Something weird, strange, random.
I don't know. I
Would you
feel
like me to ask Han?
Did this have to be strange?
What are you Googling?
Okay, how about this?
Which is his notes?
things I find strange.
I tried to
Oddly
write
has oddly.
No, I don't have oddly. You added oddly.
Oh, sorry.
All right, so how about the hot face cloth at the end of a flight? And they don't do this.
That's not oddly.
No, it's supposed to be.
Oddly is the most important word.
It's very satisfying.
Yeah, that is satisfying.
Okay.
There's a lot of things
All right.
satisfying. Oddly satisfying is the key
so
word.
I think it's oddly satisfying.
That's regular satisfying.
Not everyone likes the hot cloth. I do.
Really? Who
I
doesn't like
it.
the hot cloth?
I kind of miss the hot cloth.
You know who
They
doesn't
don't
like
do
it?
They don't do it anymore?
I don't think so.
I'm not flying for a couple of years.
Mr.
I'm
Whiskers.
back in 2026.
Mr. Whiskers, that teacher doesn't like it. I really enjoy a sneeze.
Like a good, powerful one?
Yeah, like three in a row. And
The
it's just,
best.
Oh, it's just great. Like
do.
nobody's around.
I have the explosion sneeze.
Oh, it's great. Oh yeah, you do.
It's almost like a Dominique Dunk.
Yeah, it's
just like
I need my whole body to unleash
Yeah,
that
it's
sneeze.
very satisfying.
You know what I love? The coin machines. Where you return your change, the sound it makes.
Oh really?
Like the coin star. You put it in there and you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Well, it does.
I don't know what it is.
It sounds like a slot machine.
It's not even that. It's just I don't know what it is. It hits me in all the right spots. I would do that for a career. Just be the change guy. Just hear it all day long.
Just hearing the change.
Yes. Any senior citizens, I'll come to your house and go do the change and bring it back to you.
Wait.
No fee.
Can we still put pennies in there?
Yes.
Ooh,
Should we save our pennies now? Are they going to be collector's items?
Hold on.
I don't know.
Listen. I do my thing, but I keep the pennies. This is happening in real time right now. I go to the old people, do their change for free because I love the sound. I keep the pennies and stash them all up.
They're not gonna be.
I don't know what happens next, but
Sounds like fraud.
All right, so this isn't this is something I watched that's satisfactory is watching I think it's on Instagram, but it's kids getting hurt. It's just they're not getting really hurt, but just like
America's Funniest Home Videos.
yeah, just like kids running around.
the greatest.
They just get
Like a sled, takes.
yeah.
It's the greatest.
I don't know why.
There's nothing odd about that. That's
Or like,
great.
you'll
It's
see
satisfying.
and it's always like this mother's on her phone and her kid like falls over or like this.
Yeah.
It's just
The
stupid.
breakdancer one with the 2-year-old runs out and the breakdancer just straight donkey kicks the kid to the absolute moon.
I gotta watch more America's Funniest Home Video. Like those types. Those are the greatest.
I don't know why. You shouldn't laugh because it's kids, but I think it's funnier because it is kids.
Let me tell you the most random, greatest, oddly satisfying thing on earth. It will actually have to be in the Northeast or somewhere cold. The day after it snows, it's usually cold. Well, sometimes, right? When you go to your car, that clump of ice and snow right by the wheel well,
Yeah.
kicking it off. Oh, I love it.
You like that?
Oh my God, I love it.
You're like,
It is, I just you get a nice big chunk of it. I might go to the mall later and just do it to coffee. I love doing that.
I don't mind when
It is the
windshield-
greatest feeling.
when
You don't
the-
like that?
I
Come on.
Right.
The bigger the better.
I don't know if I'm like you and
satisfying.
need a box of Kleenex when I'm done, but
Well,
Oh, like when the windshield's got that layer of there's that layer of ice in the windshield, and you take your scraper and you cut it up into like squares.
Oh,
and
yes.
push it and it all just comes right off.
You gotta be careful. They get the whole sheet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's nice.
good.
That's very nice.
I like watching the whole sheet slide down.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What happened? Nothing happening locally at all. There's a city council meeting tonight, which is pretty boring.
Well, the budget process is starting up.
I think they're gonna have. I just bumped into Jerry Nutter at the restaurant right before. $21 million in free cash. That's a lot.
Really?
So that
Well done.
itself is so well done that it could cause a problem.
Yeah.
If it's too much. I don't think so, but we'll see. And
Oh, like they didn't spend enough.
yeah, you
Over budgeted.
over or under budgeted, whichever way you want to look at it. But either way, it's good to have it and then not have it.
I mean, you should never be disappointed that you didn't spend all your money. I mean, it's good to, and a lot of those savings I bet can be explained by positions not being filled or, you know, things they didn't get to or whatever.
Unexpected interest.
We'll see.
Yeah.
And I think the next week or so, that UN frontrunner status should be happening. I think it's coming. The next week or two, it's there. So most people don't know what it is. I'm not entirely sure. But the
I
big,
get it.
The big part of it is that you get cheap loans, like real low interest.
Yeah.
1% to 2% loans.
Once again, what do they want in return?
We'll find out. But they probably want bike lanes.
No.
They want transgendered operas in Colombia.
You've seen what the IMF does around the world, you know, like
Oh, you think they're going gangster on us?
they'll give you a couple billion for an airport, but then when you can't pay back your couple billion, all of a sudden, you
Wait,
know,
are we-
taking over. We are becoming the
We're the
third
bitch?
We're the third world country.
Oh no!
Well, no, I'm worried that we are, because why would they just give us? Let's say it's $2
You're
billion.
right, no,
Why would they just give us $2 billion just out of the kindness of their heart? These people
They're
don't
not giving us that. They're giving us the opportunity.
Well, but it's the same thing with the
would
third
think-
world. Here, you need this power
Very
station. Here's
Ponzi scheme.
$2.5 billion. Now we know you can't pay us back, so we're going to take all your
No,
coal.
it's not. It's not giving the city of Lowell $2 billion.
But that's
it's
the good
saying
thing is, what are they going to do? There's nothing here, or what are they going to take, Hard? What? What are they going to take?
the Rourke Bridge.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. We have.
That's the difference. Like China does hard power throughout the world.
Okay.
They'll give you money, but they own the docks. They own an airport. We give it to this.
What are we gonna? What are we gonna have to send them like 100?
I don't think
100
with-
homeless a month or something. Like, what are they gonna take from us?
Oh, I got to take a victory lap on you when you're done with this.
Let's do it. Yeah. They need cheap labor. We got cheap
But-
labor for you.
Right now, if you want to build, construct anywhere, it's 6-7%, right? The loans.
Yeah.
If you can get a loan for 1 or 2% in Lowell because it's designated a front runner city by the UN, and that's public and private,
Yeah.
you can get a lot of construction. People are just sitting on powder, you know, just waiting to go to build. If you have a project in Lowell that's decent enough and you can get a 1 or 2% loan to finance it, Lowell could be a boom town.
My guess.
Because the other rates
Yeah,
are so
how are you
high.
going to have access to this money, though? It's just going to be available to anybody? I doubt that.
It'll be like
That's where you gotta kind of kiss the
So
ring.
you got to understand the details.
Yeah, but either way, it seems like it's coming soon. In the
Let's
next
just, get
2
a,
weeks.
let's just get a $10 million loan, dump it all into AI stocks,
I would
roll the
assume.
dice.
I
I
would
need
assume
one. I
the
can't
country.
break this $6
Like
resistance.
Batch said, if it doesn't work out, we'll just say, hey, we'll give you a boatload of people here.
You can take the canals from NL, whoever owns them now. My guess is that the money's coming from, hey, if you're part of the UN, we're looking to raise some capital. Certain countries will invest certain monies that may not be investable other places.
Oh, well, there.
Put it in, it's money laundering.
Yeah.
You put it into a loan, you get, you know, your 2% back.
Man,
You got to get it all back, but now it's cleaned. It's like
if people want to build a 50-story apartment, which they won't, whatever, a 20-story apartment building in Lowell with 400 units to launder money.
So for,
I don't want any more housing. They don't
Go
need any
for
more
it.
housing.
so for Lowell, it's going to be a new discount window for borrowing.
It is, but it's again because you have the status, you can do it. Chelmsford can't, Drake can't, Boston can't. Lowell's the only place in
I
America.
want to know the back end. It's always
We
the
all
back
do.
end.
We all do. We'll be finding out
I have my
soon.
wish list already. I already know what I want.
What do you want?
I want them to do that trolley line from the
That's a weird one because it's
station.
like all the good stuff. Like, who pays for that? Like, I understand someone building a factory or a data center for AI or apartments. Who's paying for the trolley?
you do the LRTA or maybe
The
something.
national parks.
Yeah, I mean, or something like.
It's part of the national park
But
budget, right?
a link from the.
I know, but a new trolley.
It doesn't have to, honestly, it doesn't have to be a trolley, right? But just a link. It could be, I'd like to see golf carts. I think that'd be fun. But like a link
What
between.
about the monorail? I like that idea.
Yeah, but you know what's happened in The Simpsons. It'd be from the train station to downtown would be great.
All right. We'll see. Some sort of
Yeah. Or,
transportation,
yeah, I think there's some infrastructure stuff.
dedicated service.
Yeah.
They get the buses, but
Elon could bring in the tunnels.
There you go.
Hamas could bring in the tunnels.
You could go 200 miles per hour.
And if you're going to build housing, can we build the right kind of
A lot
housing?
of Hamas guys looking for houses and work too.
Build the right kind of housing. And that means 1 bedroom, 1 parking spot. Single people, or at worst, a couple.
Women,
Yeah.
just single
No, but like no more kids.
from Nordic countries.
Kids have a negative return on investment when you factor in like the buses, the traffic, the school, all that. So negative ROI on children.
Can I take a victory lap on you?
Oh, if you want.
For 2 years. BRICS. Watch out for BRICS. Here comes BRICS. China, Brazil, everyone.
Yeah.
U.S. dollar is screwed. The U.S. dollar is rock solid. It has been for quite a while.
Hang on.
Every other currency on earth is getting pounded. We rule.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
That's the end is Trump.
Admit it.
Hang
Don't
on.
you
We,
think
we
the end
owe
is-
35. Hang on a minute.
Admit
Hang on a
defeat,
minute. Hang
and
on.
then I can
We owe 35 to
speak
40
to
trillion dollars. So when you say the dollar is strong,
Dollar is the strongest currency on earth.
okay, that could just be a reflection of other currencies not being strong.
That becomes reality.
Yeah, and this is the whole scheme with the whole spreading the money throughout the world. So the USAID is part of that, right? Which is we flood all these countries with dollars, forcing them to rely on dollars. Therefore, they continue to stay using the dollar, and they don't defect to BRICS.
I don't need a whole examination here. I don't need. I just want you to say you're wrong.
No. Well, I'm just making
You
the
said
point.
the dollar for the last 2 years. BRICS is getting together. He said this.
Yes.
I said no. The American dollar will always rule.
It will
No,
not
it's
always.
No,
rule.
I
It
think
will not always.
If Russia,
Absolutely.
China, India get together and say no more.
They have. That's BRICS. That's what it is.
I know, it's
Throw
not
in
good.
Brazil and South Africa. Yeah, good luck with South Africa. They are getting pounded. The Chinese currency is super low. Brazil's a mess. The ruble, $1 can get you 108 rubles right now.
What about the Saudis?
Think about it. You go to Russia and pull $1 out. It's gonna get you 108. I'm like,
So what's
Yeah,
the
but
that's invading
what's the
Ukraine.
real value though?
It's the American dollar just keeps going up and up. And Trump this is even before Trump. Trump wants it high, and right now it is just flying. So, and once we get AGI within the next 2 years,
Yeah.
and we have that, it's game over.
Now let me
As I told you, BRICS will be known as shitting bricks. Okay.
Okay.
I want to trademark that.
so
Copyright.
let's make a point here for a minute. Since Trump has won, though, like all the actions he's taken, especially all this DOGE stuff, he is demonstrating a ginormous amount of balls in cutting long-term expenses for
Oh,
the
yeah.
U.S. government.
For sure.
So he's addressing that debt issue to a degree. I mean,
That's what's weird about Trump, though, is that he doesn't talk about cutting the debt. His plan is to
he
grow
wants
up.
to outgrow it, right?
Which is fine.
Which is fine. That can absolutely work.
Yeah.
And that could, again, his winning is going to help the U.S. dollar.
Oh,
because
yeah.
you were on a just absolute train wreck prior to his, even though the numbers look okay, but it's just a simple matter of printing dollars and spreading them out.
It's just so weird that
The new economics.
you see how much
bullshit.
money China is in debt. Like everyone thought, oh, we owe China so much money. Oh, China could screw us. We looked it up one
It
day.
was only like 2 or 3 trillion.
No, at the peak, it was 1.5 trillion.
I think-
But back then, our national debt was like 10 or 12 trillion. So that's a big chunk, 15, 12%. You're like, damn, they could really hurt us.
Yeah.
Right now, they have 850 billion of 36 trillion.
No,
The way Trump
I
wants
thought it
to
was 2 trillion.
No, it's the opposite. It's less than a trillion.
I feel like I saw it.
China can't do anything.
Of our
And then
debt.
you look up China, they have crazy debt.
Yeah.
And I really, like a couple hours ago, I was just driving around, like, who owns all this money? We're the 2 most powerful countries on earth, and we're both crazy in debt. Who owns?
Private investors.
Oh, someone is
the
getting
biggest
paid.
pocket change, but the Fed too, right? So if we're going to get into this, right, the Fed,
Yeah.
they have over 5 trillion of this U.S. debt. Now,
Oh, way more than that.
No, it's around 5 to
No,
6 trillion.
We owe, if you call the Fed ourselves, it's like,
No.
it's like 40%.
No, individual
Okay.
investors are separate from the Fed.
Social Security and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff.
like Fidelity or whatever, right? You know, then now you're talking another 10 trillion or whatever the number.
I think he's trying to talk his way out of not just saying, you know what, you were right, BRICS ain't shit. American dollar rules.
No, I think that you're missing out. There is a threat from BRICS. The cryptocurrency is probably a bigger threat than all of them.
Trump has told them, by the way, if you try a currency against us, it's 100% tariffs on every single one of your countries.
Right. So how do they respond to that? Like the Saudis look like they're ready to play ball.
You want to know how? I told you the name.
Huh?
I told you the name. We've coined 2 phrases tonight.
You told me. Oh,
Gaza Plaza,
Gaza Trump Plaza.
shit and bricks.
shit and bricks. Okay.
That's it. Okay.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens.
You rooted against America and you lost. It happens.
I wasn't rooting against.
All right. We got other stuff, but whatever. We got a weird show tonight. Anything important want to hit upon? We are at a little over an hour. So
Real quickly,
go ahead.
I think it was the Herald article on Diana 𝐏𝐸𝐾𝐫 office. Did you see this thing?
No, you got to pay. The Herald has the worst website on earth.
I didn't read the whole thing because I couldn't.
Herald
Because I just kept loading it and reading a little bit more.
The quick ones?
Yeah. But it basically was talking about like just the number of people leaving her office. But it provided no
Out of like protest, or they don't say?
they don't provide the size of the office. They don't say like, you know,
Outside influences.
well, they're not like,
It's funny. They're all people that are just going to be scummy politicians in the
Oh,
future.
well, yeah. They're going to get picked up by someone else, right?
yeah,
Oh, yeah. No. That is like, for us, that's a bad sign. For them, it's like, oh.
they provided no context. It was a hack job, right? And
Yeah.
you can just tell like what she's trying to do is really pissing people off.
It's
Which
wild.
is great, by the way.
And I
She's doing God's work.
but I
The good
can't-
timing with DOGE is perfect for her,
that's
too.
the thing. You
Bring
can't.
in Doge. Just give me a couple.
say, just the
give me
fact-
a couple of these computer geeks.
Just
with
the
Doge,
fact that
please.
you see all that, and it's like, well, what is Massachusetts hiding? It's perfect timing for her.
Well, because like right now, like this is probably the fact that what's her name,
Maura Healy.
Mushy Mara there that cries all the time. The fact that she's cutting mental health services. What
What an interesting move.
what an idiot! Like
She just cut the only mental health hospital in the Cape and is asking for $425 million for
Do you know?
hotels.
Do you know what
for
they
the
do?
migrants.
Do you know? What they,
No.
The people in the Cape,
Yeah.
we have one psych hospital left.
yeah, and what do people do at the Cape during the winter? They do drugs. That's it. Like
Oh, yeah.
and like the Cape. I mean, it's just I just can't believe
It's like
somebody-
Hampton Beach in
somebody would
January.
do
What a
that.
depressing place.
Yeah, I mean, just talk about tone deaf. Of all the things you know that you didn't cut, right?
Yep.
I can think of a couple around here, but like it's just the parallels are interesting. That's
Very,
all.
very. I think she was going to do it anyways, but the timing with all the stuff getting exposed nationally,
Yeah.
it works out great for
I
her.
hope Diana's our next governor.
Oh, give it to me.
All right.
Do you
how
think that
end
the
this
blue
show.
states, with the whole, like, so for us, the Right to Shelter Act or laws,
Yeah, get
whatever,
rid of that.
you have to blow that up.
I think she did.
Do you think that these blue states
Not yet.
were okay
No,
with
she
it?
went back to the original meaning of the law, which is you had to be a resident of Massachusetts to qualify for that. She did. Corey Healy did.
That just said they're asking for another 426 million.
They are.
Migrant hotels.
No, I just said that, but yes,
You did.
they.
I'm sorry.
She is, but she also did go back to that interpretation. I saw. I don't want to.
So,
I don't.
So that wouldn't be migrants, correct?
I don't want to get this wrong.
I don't know. It depends
No,
on
it was.
the residency.
That was her out to get rid of people from the hotels and everything.
Yeah.
If they're already now they're
But she did, but she hasn't kicked them out. So she has that.
She has the power to kick
She has
them
the
out.
power to kick them out,
But instead, she's asking for another 500.
I saw something where they updated the laws where it said if you're a felon, you're not allowed in these shelters anymore. We're gonna get you your own place.
Oh God, unbelievable!
That's a good way to end on a happy ending. All right, we're good. Thank you all for tuning in. We good?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
Excellent. Thank you guys. See ya. Bye.
Share,
Like.
share,
Share.
share, and
Like.
like.